Welcome into To Your Health.
Absolutely.
We have something fascinating today, and we have got Kathy Quinn with us. She has Lost Creek Herbs.
Right.
And, you know, we've been talking about all the way back, the Bible, all the way back to the crypts in Egypt. Herbs have always been used. They're mentioned in the Bible. They are medicinal, and that's, other than like just for the taste,
Yes,
there are a lot of good reasons to have herbs in your life. And Kathy, it's fascinating. Tell us a little bit about what you do with the herbs medicinally.
Well, I've been taking classes in North Alabama with a lady named Phyllis Light, and she's been teaching us about Southern folk medicine. And we can use the weeds in our yard.
Southern folk
That's
medicine.
right.
I'll be.
And so I started a business when I started working with her. I'm a pharmacist for 25 years, and now
Wow.
I am turning my attention towards the
Wonderful.
herbs.
Prescribing something a little different now, huh?
Right. The FDA doesn't necessarily approve of herbs all the time, but if you use them in moderation, they have a lot of benefits that we don't get from our pharmaceuticals, because the pharmaceutical only has one ingredient, whereas the herb, this is cilantro here, has a multitude of different ingredients that work together in our bodies because God made it that way.
Absolutely.
And so I've been studying, and now I've started my business. I have a booth at the Montgomery Curb Market.
Oh,
I'm there
great.
usually
Oh, okay.
Thursdays and Saturdays, except for Herb Day.
Right.
And I have dried herbs, plants, and I have my special salve. It's called St.
tell
John's
us,
wort.
Okay, you have to tell us about this, because I know you're so proud of it, and your background as a pharmacist makes you highly qualified to know what is good, what is dangerous, what is...
Now this is called a St. John's wort.
St. John's wort. It has
Okay.
St. John's wort, which is an herb.
Yes.
Comfrey, which is an herb.
Yes.
And calendula, which is a flower.
Right.
It's a yellow flower.
Right.
So we put them all together in the salve. It's really great for nerve pain, like people who have diabetic neuropathy,
How about
or
a sciatic nerve on your leg?
you could try it for sure.
I am going
this
to
is
try
yours
it.
for
I
to take
am
home.
going to try it.
And also, it's good for shingles. People who
Oh,
have,
wonderful.
that's how I came to make it. My mother had shingles, and she tried it, and she said, it's a miracle. It doesn't cure it, but it takes the pain away.
Yes.
Because it affects those nerve endings that are affected by the shingles.
Right.
And anybody who's ever had those, that's miserable.
Oh, and then it also has olive oil and beeswax. And I use local beeswax that I get from a farmer in Prattville.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can buy that at the Curb Market at your booth?
You can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice.
What in your life,
Thank you.
on a daily basis, what are some of the major herbs that you use as a regular supplement?
Well, I don't tend to use herbs regularly. I save
Okay.
them for when I'm sick.
Okay.
So, like, I might use that flower, purple cone flower, which a lot of people know is echinacea.
Right.
Put it in a tea, drink it when you have a cold. Or, let's see, I found out cilantro, which is our herb we have here on the table, is great for cleansing you from toxins. So you could put it in a green smoothie. Now, I put
Okay.
greens in a green smoothie every day.
Okay.
So I pick greens from a yard. I grow collards.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because they won't grow
I have a
well
question
here.
for you. So many people are on drugs, prescription drugs, and I'm just not. I don't like that. And so for sleep, if you have a hard time sleeping, are there certain herbs like St. John's wort is good for depression? But what about sleeping?
Valerian is very good for
Okay.
sleeping. You can make a tea with chamomile. We forget about chamomile because it's such a common herb. And you can buy herbal tea mixes that are good for sleeping.
Okay.
Let's see, what St. John's wort is a good one. I'm not thinking of, there's some other, passion flower.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I've tried to grow that in my garden. I think it
It's hard to
grows
grow.
better
Yes.
further north.
Well, Janet was here from D Road Restaurant. And she was telling me to take parsley and take lettuce, especially
Lettuce
like,
kills
and,
pain.
And put it in water and then let it soak and put it in the refrigerator, then drink the water.
Exactly, that works great.
Because obviously when you put these things in water, I guess the water draws the
Nutrients.
nutrients out of the plant.
Yeah.
Then you just drink the water.
A giant weed that you might find in your garden, in your yard, if you don't mow very often, is called wild lettuce, and it grows probably about that tall.
Is that right?
And you could put that in your, and people used to use it traditionally for pain.
Now I do some dandelion greens.
Oh yeah,
Because
those
they're
are great. And they're
in my
great
salad.
tasting.
Yes, and they're good for you. And that's the other thing. The most important herb for us is our food. When we eat well, then we feel better.
Yes.
And so, herbs are one thing, but as an herbalist, I like to start with food. What is your food? Are you eating fast food? If you're eating fast food more than once a week, you're probably eating too much fast food.
Right.
And you should be thinking about home-cooked meals.
Absolutely.
Keep it natural. Keep it
Absolutely.
into what God
And go
made.
to buy some fresh vegetables from any of our
Right.
local grocery stores or the curb market.
Amen. A great place.
It's
Well,
been a
thank you so much.
pleasure.
It was a pleasure. And just remember this, eat well and you'll feel well. We'll be right back right after this.